Hello, Soap. Hello, Bibbo. Hello, hello. Hold on, I gotta fix that. Where? Why are we weighing? Why are we weighing? What's going on? Alright. Where? Why are we weighing? What's where? What's where? Hi! Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna lie, I was so excited. I'm so excited to continue. I honestly left that shit off for so long. I just got food, so I'm gonna try not to let it get too cold. Alright, y'all. So basically, I think the only two people we have to talk to are, well, not even two, just him, unless... Yeah, no, just him. You did some investigating over at the Babalese embassy too, right? I did. Is there a problem? Langji says, a wolf who aims to hunt for two rabbits at once. I believe the idiom you require is, he who runs after two hares will catch neither. Heh, a real wolf can catch both. I see. So what are you trying to say, seeing as how I am currently handling two cases? Suit yourself, but don't say I didn't warn you. I was like, did he even finish his sentence? Because we interrupted him straight up. I accidentally bought 3 boxes of tomato soup instead of chicken broth. My noodle plans are ruined. I don't even know what to tell you. You can't even redeem that. Like, there's not even a recipe coming to mind where I'm like, no, this could be fire, this could be fire. Nothing comes to mind right now. I mean, I guess you could make spaghetti. I guess you could make spaghetti. Maybe. Put some noodles in there. Like a soup, almost. Tomato soup is delicious. Adding noodles would taste really good alongside some bread. Well, yes! I have a recipe. Oh my goodness. You're so right. No matter how hard you try, you'll never be a necessity in our Shifu's investigation. The glaze. Constant, frequent glaze. Is that a fact? But no matter how good he is, he's bound to overlook something. If you insult our Shifu, then prepare to be punished. Oh my god. Oh? And how exactly would you punish us? Every investigator under Shifu's command will work to disrupt your investigation. Vindictive much? What do you gain from that? A man is dead. What are these priorities? Do we have any... No, we don't. We only have this one thing. Can we leave the room? No. There is a clock here, too. And there was a grandfather clock just like this one earlier in the Babalese embassy. You know, symmetry's a fine thing, but their interior design really suffers for it. Really? I think this clock actually fits the decor of this room quite well. I suppose the wood does suit the all-natural atmosphere of this room. Its design, and the material it's made of, strikes a good balance with the plants. Hey, you two! Now's not the time to be talking about interior decorating, you know? Hurry up and save me! Be quiet! This is all part of my elite investigation. All you need to do is be quiet and watch. Actually, I do believe Larry has a point for once. I like that they never admit to anything. Like, they could never possibly admit to anything. My head hurts? Oh, why? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to see what else I can... There's something here. And there are decorative plants here as well. This room is overflowing with nature. Humans used to live in the grandeur of nature once. Long ago. Some sort of holy punishment, I think? Did you do something? Fuck it, I'm making cheesy tomato bulldog. Oh my goodness. I love bulldog so much. I believe I'm not mistaken in thinking that those people truly love nature. This coming from a man who loves shows featuring costumed actors. She just had to go there again, didn't she? Okay, I can look at it again. There was the exact same statue sitting in that Babbly's office we examined. It's the Prima Duck statue. It was the national treasure of the Principality of Cadopia. Blah. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both the Alabast and Babul claim to have the real thing. What an incredibly childish fight to have. Ooh. I wouldn't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Was one of them trying to... Did the other one pay the guy that got murdered in this room? Did Palladino possibly pay him to steal this statue? Maybe? Maybe? I'm a Persona fan. I thought you were a Life is Strange fan. It's a Prima Duck statue. There's one of these on the Babbly side as well. I hear it's very valuable and made of pure gold. It was the national treasure of Cadopia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But Alabast and Babal claim to have the real thing and won't budge from their claim. What an incredibly childish fight to have. Okay, so now he's actually lit up. Is there anything else we can look at? No. No, nothing. Maybe this? Eureka! Oh, it is something. Okay, okay. Hi, Nomi. Hi, Chad. Did you miss me? Of course. Yes, but that's not a sin. Okay. Look at this photo. Tell me what you find odd about this scene, Miss Von Karma. The apparent joy on the ambassador's face as he shakes that top knot's hand. That's not it. I was trying to point out that the statue in the photo is facing a different way. Ooh, it is. Low-key, I thought they were going to... I thought that they were a different way. I thought they were in a different position. I didn't even fucking realize that. You're right. This statue is a national treasure. As such, only an ambassador or a secretariat-level person is allowed to handle it. The fact that the statue is facing one way in this photo, and now it's facing a different direction in this preserved crime scene, is proof that someone touched this statue around the time of the crime. Ooh. I guess that about wraps up my investigation. Finally, golly. It took me so long to look at the statue, but it was because I forgot that this was the different room and that I didn't look at this statue too. I was like, I swear I looked at this statue already. Nuts. Oh, golly! Just bazookas. Yo, Pink Princess, how are you feeling? Still feeling ill? And yet another strange character comes out of the woodwork. And so the Pink Princess also comes to pay the Alabastian Embassy a visit. I believe I may need to speak with her as well. Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. Lord, could you imagine this is Old Bag too? Miss Pink Princess, if you would please just answer. No fucking way! Girl, take them circles off your chest. This must be what they call faint. How could this happen 2 days in a row? What? Aren't you Miss Oldbag? Why are you so surprised? Ah, so you're the one that got to play the Steel Samurai. It's too bad I didn't realize that until now. You are acquaintances with Larry? Why, yes. We worked at the same company for a while, you know. That's why it's okay, Maya-Jipu. You don't need to be jealous. No! I was just in the next room, you know, trying to get in some beauty sleep. But it was so noisy in here that I couldn't fall asleep, so I came over to complain. So imagine my shock when I saw my precious Edgeworth waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that you would ever come to a show like this? I guess I've misjudged you, Edgeworth. You misjudged him? I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know. There was no misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do. But it looks like the winds have shifted and he's now willing to be chased after. I'm simply overwhelmed. Don't you worry, Edgeworth. I'll chase you forever, to the ends of the earth. Isn't that just peachy? This is one of those rare times when Francisca and I actually see eye to eye. Now then. What are you doing here? I thought you were working at Gatewater Land as the Pink Badger. What are you talking about? That was ages ago, yesterday. That was yesterday. Look, I worked at the Global Studios before, a long time ago, right? Well, they called me up this morning, kind of out of the blue, actually. They called you? Apparently. The girl who plays the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. It happened so suddenly that they called me in to be her last-minute replacement. Do they not have enough people on staff at that studio? I really couldn't say no, so here I am, playing the role of a heroine. Instead of that Mindy girl, I mean. But the poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her, she's going to have a terrible time. Oh, whoa, whoa. But I tell you, they're really just a bunch of simpletons. Hi. You're a rather lively old lady. So, basically, you received the stand-in request this morning, correct? You got it. If you need to see it, I got it right here. Look. It appears she's telling the truth. I tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears. Yes, tears of laughter, as I recall. But being famous has its problems too, you know. Here, take a look at this. It's a letter from a stalker! So this is obviously from Larry, right? Like, very obviously it's Larry. And that doesn't say Wendy. That says Mindy. It says, Mindy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving night. Like, okay, whatever. Because even Larry was shocked that it was her in the costume and not Mindy. So he probably thought Mindy was in the other room and he was probably gonna, like, drop in on her to surprise her. I was just taking my break when I found this stuck under the door the door to my room. Blah. Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kinds of things. Look at what it says. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving night. How absolutely revolting. I mean, you think he could get my name right. There's no accent in my name. Wait, this horrible handwriting. Where have I seen this before? But now that you're here, Edgy Poo, I feel 100% safe. Your old lady voice is amazing. Thank you, I'm locked in. Where do I factor into this? You'd bust that evil stalker man for my sake, wouldn't you, Edgy Poo? Well, if you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way, I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later. Oh, come on, Edgy Poo. Stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get. What were you doing at the time of the crime? What crime? What? After the show was over, I had nothing but free time on my hands. Girl, look behind you. Or not even behind, I think she's looking right at the body. Look past him. Look behind him. There's a dead body. Stop saying shit like... Oh my gosh. I've had nothing but free time on my hands. So I used the fireplace in the next room, into the room next door to keep my bad hip warm. Well, a murder occurred in the room right next to yours. Is that right? Oh, Edgy Poo, I'm so scared. Hold me, caress me. If you could please not cling onto my personage. In any case, I take it then that you failed to show up at Ambassador Alba's speech. Oh, that. No, I didn't go. I mean, I may have the heart of a young, tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. As soon as the show ended, my hip started acting up and got stiff. I couldn't move at all. Can you provide proof of your condition? Oh, you just go on ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way to this embassy. Like the voice? Which one? I mean, thank you either way, but... You know. I have to admit, the thought of her not being able to leave that room is rather pleasant. Damn! Prosecutor Ron Karma, I brought the police dog. As you... Oh, so cute. As you requested, sir. Good work. You may leave now, officer. Aww. Oh, so cute. So cute. This dog. I requested the assistance of a dog in our search for the Yatagarasu. Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country, too. Hey, you're a real cutie, aren't you? Yeah, that's a good boy. That's the police dog Gumshoe's been taken care of. I think his name is Missile. What a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front and attacks. Ooh. That action alone isn't exactly what's going to solve this case for us, you know? Now, Missile. I want you to find some clues. Go! Ooh. Good dog. You really are quite bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone I know. Now, what do we have here? Food? What is this? It looks like a small hot dog, but... Wait, Francisca, isn't that an official samurai dog? Golly! Ah, no! Bad missile! He ate it. I wonder if it's alright for him to eat that? It's just a meat substance snack featuring the steel samurai. I'm sure he'll be fine. And that's quite a bit of information you gathered there in a single quick glance. We should really be focusing on why there was a samurai dog in there in the first place. Ah, hi, Ethan. It looks like the snack wasn't all missile found. Oh, and what do we have here? It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if Ambassador Alba might have an interest in cross-dressing. Oh. Not assuming, like, it belongs to someone he knows, like his wife or something? I somehow doubt that. Doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. A samurai dog and a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, the lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. I suppose I should get this over with and ask the owner of said undershirt about it. I mean, the only lady here is her. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that again. Hold on. Hold on. I meant to click the T. No, but I love dogs. Golly! This one is like 7 hours long. I'm just holding the skip button. Golly! I meant to present the shirt. I clicked space twice by accident. That's all it took. If you could please take a look at this brown-colored shirt. Brown? Okay. Oh, Edgy Poo. What's the meaning of this? Why did you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask, and I would have gladly given you as many as you'd like. Hi, I'm in English class right now. Oh, hi. Thanks, but no thanks. That's not brown. I'm saying. This shirt was found here at this crime scene. What? Come now. Why don't you just confess and explain what's going on here? What's it doing here? Blah. I know nothing. Nothing, I tell you. What? Oh, I admit that I used the fireplace to dry that shirt. But I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know? Wearing that pink princess costume was like being in a sauna. Yuck. And on top of that, I get fingered as a suspect? You're too cruel, Edgy Poo. Are you claiming that you never once set foot inside this room? Of course I am! If I had been the one to find the body, do you think I'd be as calm and relaxed as I am? I tell you, it's always like this. Oh? Wasn't paying attention. What is that? What do you mean? Her or the shirt? Deserve you, but I can't help it. Will you marry me? Honestly, men these days! Well... I don't believe she's lying about her actions. So I can safely assume she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace on her break. And somehow, the undershirt managed to move from the next room into this one. I assume the samurai dog was also yours? Ah, that brilliant mind of yours. You really can't see through everything about me. And And so the feeling of dread continues. But I suppose I should ask for more details. And that samurai dog was yours, wasn't it? Oh, of course! I'm forever yours, my edgy wedgy poo!
Hold it!
If you could just stick to what I asked you. Edgy, are you and Miss Oldbag? No! You really don't change, do you? When will you learn how to take a joke? Anyway, that samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy. A present? The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. They were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into the pushcart just to move them all. Okay, I gotta go. Bye! Those studio guys should have delivered those things by themselves. Right, Edgy? So did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions? Hey, Edgy! Don't ignore me and my question! Aren't you gonna stick up for me? About that. See, after the show, I went to rest a spell in the dressing room. Because of my bad hip, you know. And there they were. The samurai dogs were just sitting on the dressing room floor. I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show. Well, if by preparation you mean sampling them as well. Excuse me? Oh, I tried one and thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was silly of me to think this, but I figured that since they're for a kids show, their taste was probably for kids too. But they were so good that I couldn't stop. Oh. Before I went back to my room, I just had to help myself to half a dozen or so boxes. As I sat there by the roaring fire, warming them and eating them, I thought, this is... What is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box too, don't you, my itchy poo? Well, who am I to say no to you? But I'll only give you one. The rest are all for me. Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess... Pink Princess, right? Hold on. Yeah. Take off their masks, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers. Let's see, do we have anything to go on now? Yeah, because wasn't it smoking? There is no trace of this room's fireplace being used. And your point is? Smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected to this fireplace. At least, according to Larry. This is a contradiction of facts, is it not? Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof? There's a testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at that time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went? Ah, I see. So what you are proposing is this. The smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Miss Oldbag's fire. So basically, the fireplace of neighboring rooms share one chimney. Is that what you are implying? Precisely. And then... yeah. And the lady's undershirt that Missile found. Ugh! Why are you getting all excited over holding on to a lady's undergarment? Miles Edgeworth, you uncouth sea slug! Ooh. If you know the owner of said undershirt, then hurry up and return it to her already. You have it all wrong. This is evidence. The owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt. Are you seriously claiming that it somehow passed through a solid brick wall? Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other. Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order. Y'all see that, like, X on the back of it? To the right? Hi! There's an X on the back wall of the fireplace. Let's see if I can get a better look at it. Ooh! What in the... The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns, as I suspected. This fireplace does indeed connect this room to the neighboring room. The neighboring room? There appears to be nothing particular about the next room. But the fact that there is nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. It's the fact that there is a secret passageway through this room's fireplace. This embassy is a damn house of tricks. Like, what are we doing? Is this not a professional place? I thought we were doing business here. What happened? We know now that the fireplace connects the two rooms. But how exactly is that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as the Mask 2's killer now, are you? No. She couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip. Okay, she could be lying about that, but whatever. So she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with Damask 2's murder. Yeah! It would appear that the answer has made itself known. You're making quite a confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any argument you may have. Very well then. If you are prepared, I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me. Good. I'm counting on you, Edgy. Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your lie for what it really is. My lie?! I know that there is still something you're keeping from the rest of us. What's wrong with you? Why is it you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you! I should just hurry up and die already, if that's how it's gonna be. I'll confess to every murder in the whole world, and then... I can't say that part. And throw everything into mass confusion! You made some wonderful friends as a child, I see. Larry, I only have one thing to say to you. Even if you make that face at me, it's no use. It's no use! A man who is ready to die is strong-willed, you know. Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you've caused. I only ask that you do not lie to me. You do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie, I will never forgive you. Gee. Although, allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case, and that I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this. All right, This time I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened, what didn't happen, the works. Just what happened will do. Now then, would you please testify as to what you did up on the roof tonight? After the show, I left the pushcart in the Rose Garden and came into the embassy. Then, they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know? So then I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try. Oh my god. Larry, I thought I just finished telling you not to lie anymore. But it's kinda ultra embarrassing. Do you want to go to jail for murder? Bro, see, Larry from back in the old games too, when they used to just be executing people. I forget that. They used to straight up just be killing people. Everybody was going on death row. Larry. And what exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me? Edgy, man. I just said it was embarrassing, so of course I can't just blurt it out. So you're just gonna have to reason it out of me. As your superior, I command you to hurry up and expose this man's lie. I have every intention to, for I'm not about to let us waste time on such a trifling matter. The fuck does this mean, though?
Hold it!
Why would you play Santa? You suddenly wanted to play Santa? Oh, well, actually, I dressed up as Santa once before already. That was down at Gourd Lake. I'd appreciate if you wouldn't dredge up such unnecessary memories for me. Sounds like you guys share a lot of history. A perk to being childhood friends, huh? Besides, it's not a felony to dress up and play Santa, you know? Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down a family's chimney, after all. Actually, it is worth delving into whether or not playing Santa is a big deal. Actually, I believe in the case of this man, playing Santa is actually quite a big deal. Are you saying that your buddy isn't exactly made of Santa quality stuff? Precisely. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Lang. Hey, Edgy! That's so incredibly mean! Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world? Of course I know that! I did graduate from junior high, you know. In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want you to tell me whom you were delivering a present to. I was delivering a present to a child, not basking in the warm glow of love.
Objection!
That must be the most elegant description of you I've ever heard. But a lie is still a lie. You sure know how to kick a guy when he's down, you know that? In any case, the person you wish to deliver a present onto was most certainly this. Golly.
Take that!
Interesting taste you have there, Mr. Suspect. Don't spread lies about me! I totally didn't want to see Miss Oldbag so much that I'd try to go down a chimney. How? I'd advise you to stop right there in your bashing of a lady. Oh, girl's girl. See, say what you will about her whipping people and shit, but Francisca is a girl's girl. That's crazy. First and foremost, multiple examples of it too. Well, I must admit that I myself hardly ever have I must admit that I myself hardly ever have the want to run into that lady. However, if you were misinformed and under the wrong impression, then what? Define wrong impression. I simply mean that the man before you thought to enter the old lady's room without knowing one very important fact. And the fact is best summed up with this. Is it the letter? Oh no, it's this.
Take that!
And this is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. The girl who normally plays the Pink Princess, Mindy, was it again? It seems that this man is quite taken with that actress. That's not true, Edgy. She's the one with the hots for me. I just know it. I can feel her sexy beam piercing my heart when she's watching me. Sexy beam, I tell you! You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly apparition of a man! You haven't matured at all since we last met. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes? This guy. He's got bigger problems than just getting involved in murders, I take it. I suppose you can put it that way. Hey, what the heck, man? I don't get you guys at all. Why do you all have to make me out to be some sort of bad guy? To return to the original topic, I propose that at least this much has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess's room. That much we know for sure. Hey, Edgy. Looks like I've got the hang of this court thing now. Well, we're not in court at the moment. Ooh. Shut up! See, what's going on here? It looks just like what you do in court. I guess old boy here still has something he'd like to say. Lang Ji says, until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. You shouldn't form conclusions until everything is out in the open, which is why I'll listen. Oh, but when it's like an actual cop that's clearly innocent, you don't do all that. Like, okay. Alright. Then get ready to listen to me defeat Edgy in a battle of wits! Larry, have you forgotten that should I lose, your victory prize will be your arrest? Is he really that embarrassed at the idea that they think that he accidentally went into this old lady's room? That he's willing to go to jail? Do you think that all I wanted to do was go visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. It's a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then, to top it all off, I became a suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant. But why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? Well, we have the letter, buddy. And Larry just getting mogged crazy style. This is so crazy. Golly. Hey! Someone say something! The way these people's brains work is insane. It's ridiculous. Larry, are you seriously trying to submit this? Not as a confession, but as testimony? So what if I am? Is there something wrong with that? My claim is a claim, claiming my claim. Do you have a problem with that? So it was you. You're my stalker. But I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman who... Oh... There has to be a better way to do that, because I can barely read that when they do it like that. Like, it's not even funny. Like, I get that, oh, she kind of just yapping, she's a yapper, but come on now. Like, I think we could do more. a more efficient way. It'd be funnier if, like, the text box expanded while she was talking or something. Ah, I'm so inspired. You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all-around completely worthless man. I thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was my imagination. I believe there's nothing further for me to prove at this point. What do you mean? Of course you still got something to prove. You still have to show some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy. Proof, you say? Remember, Edgy? Everything is evidence in court, right? You mean evidence is everything in court, Larry. But I understand your point. Yeah, see? I'm totally a pro at this now. Very well. If you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you'll ever wish to see. I'm not sure if it's the first or last one. Because, like, so you think that all I wanted to do was go visit Mindy? Like, see that? That makes sense. And then the last one also. Because none of this matters. But why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? I'm just gonna present on this one, because this one seems more like a question.
Objection!
Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter. Hey! Why are you showing that to me? Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving knight. Well, isn't that just romantic? But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight? I have no idea what you're talking about! I don't remember a thing.
Objection!
You can pretend to be ignorant all you'd like, but it's still written right here. This letter proves that you were not out to meet the old lady, but rather that you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. It's the name, it's the name.
Take that!
Larry, I suggest you take up penmanship lessons. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again. What the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English! Insane rate of Mindy. I'm saying, he can't write for shit, golly. You wrote Mindy so sloppily that it became Wendy to the average eye. Hey, stop picking on me. It's so embarrassing! There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? For punching. But that will have to wait until we're off this crime scene. Edgy, save me from the scary man! Sure. If you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake. Nod. Is he about to piss me off again? That wasn't me! He wants to go to jail so bad. Oh my god. He wants to go to jail so fucking badly. Come again? It's a fake. Somebody's out to get me, so they made that fake letter. To set me up. Accept your defeat graciously. But you guys are being so mean.
Hold it!
Penmanship analysis. What's that? No matter who, all people have certain unique features to their handwriting. Ergo, all we have to do is compare the handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough who it was that sent this letter. I'll never write another thing in my life!
Hold it!
Tisk, tisk, tisk. It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight. for you've already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting. Yeah, no, I remember. I was like, this shit is ass. This autograph and our mysterious letter. If we compared the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our questions soon enough. Confess now, Larry, to your miserable failure. I'm sorry. I did it. It was me causing trouble again. I admit it. Hit the nail right on the head, Edgy. So he finally confesses. I saw the pink princess being carried around in a stretcher and got worried, alright? I wanted to go into Mindy's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice did I have? Was the chimney or bust, Edgy? Your mind jumped from the door to the chimney? What a criminally overactive imagination. Well, at least I was honest and wrote Mindy a letter and stuck it under the door. That way, she wouldn't be so shocked when I came down through the chimney. Except for the fact that the letter was an utter failure at conveying said sentiment. I'm really, really sorry. Larry, you may be a shameful, good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me. Because at the very least, I can attest to that about you. Why do they just make our lives harder? For no reason. Oh, but it's kind of embarrassing that I got the wrong lady, and she's an old lady, and not the hot girl that I thought she was. So you're willing to go to jail because you made that tiny mistake? Edgy. You're... We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you. Ow! In any case, I believe we can say that we now know exactly what happened. Mr. Larry Butts sought to climb down the chimney. Not for access to the crime scene, but to enter the room of the elderly lady next door. Great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Although, I still find it a bit unbelievable that the two of you are friends. But the suspicion on that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet. So don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay? Oh! Hey! What? Edgy! What does the Wolfman mean when he says I'm not off the hook yet? Like, can we just kiss and stop fighting? Bruh. My god. He means the murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head. That's exactly what I mean. We can't only rely on the words of the suspect, after all. We may have to figure out where he was and what he was doing all night. But the blood-stained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene, as long as there's no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on his bite. Edgy, that guy, he looks like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me. I'm well aware, and you should be as well, that this upcoming battle will be crucial. Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely bumbler, I've been dealt a very nice hand and a sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final bout. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you've got. I can easily point out the contradiction in the supposed murder weapon. But the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. Oh. This will be a high-stakes gamble. But this is one game I can't afford to lose. I was the one who found the body of the victim, demasked too. Beside him was the samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be in the steel samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect, Larry Butts, in here too. Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership? But this owner wanted to sneak into the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you?
Hold it!
If you're alluding to his reasons for being by the chimney, we've already established that.
Not so fast!
Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, right? Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi? You're accusing me of fabricating evidence? You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do. This man has some serious issues with prosecutors. Come on. I can't think of something as complicated as that. Right, Edgy? Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you, or me, for that matter. I sense his hatred for my entire profession emanating from his entire being. Meaning that the only way I can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence.
Hold it!
Larry has already testified that he forgot the samurai sword here. Yeah, I was shaking hands with the ambassador in here, and I left it behind by accident.
Not so fast!
So what? You lied earlier. Who's to say that this excuse isn't just another lie? But I forget stuff all the time. Right, Edgy? Tell him. Why don't you tell him yourself? You see? What did I tell you earlier? No one will buy such a pathetically weak excuse. Yes, well, I know that's not possible to prove such an excuse as truth. And yet you offer it up as fact? You're a worse person than I originally thought. You're free to think what you'd like. However, I know that Larry is not the killer. Agent Lang, please continue with your argument. I'll expose the flaw in it soon enough.
Hold it!
Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up the scent of blood? Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean the sight and smell of blood, of course. And according to the test, blood on the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made to only be used on stage, so it's not sharp. But it's pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. I'm back after 1 hour. Welcome back. I mean, it hasn't even been an hour since I've been streaming, but... you know. Give or take a little bit of time. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with the sword. I feel like the sword could still be sharp enough if you're, like, hitting someone that hard with it. Beaten to death, huh? This last statement is too important to just let it slip by. Differ from a lot of people. Okay, my apologies. Clearly, you live in a whole different timeline. Do you know what this is, Agent Lang? Heh, it's a long spear, right? We used to use those a lot in my country a long time ago. Piercing, mowing people down. Spears are the weapon of heroes throughout history. It's the next most effective weapon after the whip. I think the whip is in a slightly different category. What's your point? Are you gonna tell me that the spear is the real weapon? No. I simply want you to take a look at this section here. The way it's bent? Precisely. Apparently a certain troublemaker hit it against a wall in this embassy earlier. And as you can clearly see, the inside of the steel samurai's weapons are hollow. In other words, they're replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow. Let alone multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And yet, there is not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that? Yeah! Oh yeah, the sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. I wish they'd make them out of better stuff, because the spear got bent. I wasn't able to do my special early summer rain jab move. Man, I got such an earful from the director of the play for not doing it in the show. The Steel Samurai special move was changed tonight because of him? Not the time, bro. Ouch! That's more than enough of your whiny whimpering. Damn. Bro loves this show. He's pissed. Now, back on the topic of the spear. Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion. This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se, so all I can do for now is let the chips fall where they may. Using guesswork and taking risks in place of real logic is hardly the Von Karma way. It's neither smart nor very clever. Miss Von Karma, as you know, like your father, I'm not a genius prosecutor. Or I am a genius prosecutor. Lad, I just slandered my goat for no reason. My fault. Oops. Oops. Plus, I doubt his record of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken. But perhaps it's for the best if it remains unbroken. For no one should have conceived the notion to convict all defendants in the first place.
Objection!
What a foolishly foolish statement from a foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of a prosecutor to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. Only if they're actually guilty. There is nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory.
Hold it!
That may be your opinion. However, I don't believe that's all we are. Thank God you listening. Just out here being rude as fuck to everybody for their jobs. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. And if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk towards the truth.
Not so fast!
Class ended up. Welcome back. You have a good class? You learn anything? You're good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed Damas 2 without bending it. Oh my god! Like, golly. So what do you think of my hypothetical scenario? I think you know what to do here, right? And what you need. Of course. What I need is evidence even he can't refute. That's it. It's time to bring this to a close. It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. We searched the embassy, top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So isn't it only natural that that suspicion would fall onto the owner of said weapon? Is there not a chance that he could have been hit by the statue instead? And then, like, bled afterwards? How long do you intend to cling onto that preposterous theory? As long as I want. Because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone we left unturned. Look at how the statues turned differently in that picture, mind you. And we have managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. That the only place inside this embassy with the victim's blood on it is this sword. You left no stone unturned. Is that a fact? Mind you, they're not allowed to touch the statue either. If you got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it all crystal clear for you.
Hold it!
I learned that my low-key not that good in English as I thought. Well, you could always message the studying section if you need help. A lot of people in the server, I'd hope, are fairly good at English. The only place where you could find blood was on this samurai sword. And that's right, even with luminol. So I'll check it out. Yep. Just say what you need help with, and somebody will definitely help you. I'll take a look too if you really need help that bad. Which means that there's no other possibilities outside of what I've already outlined. Yeah, we're gonna raise an objection. If you believe that there is no other door of possibility left to open, then allow me to force oh my gosh. Then allow me to force one open for you. And how do you plan to do that? By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon? I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched every last inch of this embassy, and they've concluded that nothing else could have been used as the weapon. Knowing these facts, do you still want to press forward with your little hypothesis? Of course. Because it's not possible that your men inspected everything in their investigation. What are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games, and I don't appreciate it when people like you slander my men. I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigative dragnet has a few holes in it. Namely, there was something your men couldn't even lay a finger on. Oh my goodness. Did who I think just joined? Hi! And that item is the real murder weapon. Alright, then. I'll play along for now. This real weapon that killed Damask 2? What exactly is it? Oh my goodness.
Take that!
Oh wait, did I click the wrong? I clicked the wrong one. Oh my god, I knew what I wanted to click. I was like, yeah, that's fine. Hold on, I fucked up. Hold on. Now then, Mr. Prosecutor, I'm gonna give you one more chance. Yeah. That's the one I wanted to click. My fault. I must remain calm and think through this carefully. I was like, yeah, okay, I looked at all the evidence. And then I just clicked it without going back to which one I wanted to be on. My fault. There we go.
Take that!
The National Treasure of Alabast. You mean the Prima Duck statue? Yes, and as you know, the ambassador and his secretariat may touch it. Only the ambassador and his secretariat may touch it. Which I believe means that either you nor your men were able to examine it, correct?
Not so fast!
You know very well that if we did that, there'd be an international incident between the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Babal. The two countries' precarious relationship teeters in that balance. Over a stupid fight related to... over a statue? Wait! Is that why they split? Because of the statue? I mean, I'll be damned if I let something go unexamined.
Hold it!
Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this. The directions the statue is facing just before and after the crime are different. There's only one conclusion I can draw from that. You'll look for Ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue. Shifu, you can't listen to this infidel's words. He is most definitely trying to trick you. Brother, what are we talking about? There's a dead man right behind you. Shifu, please, let's be rational about this. Grrr. Langshi says, just go already. Yes, sir. Like, what the fuck? He told you to go do something, go do it. Shifu. Yeah? I'm really sorry, sir, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. I was unable to obtain permission for us to examine the Prima Duck statue. I see. Wait, but then the investigation is at a standstill. Agent Lang, I will go speak with the ambassador personally. Save your breath. You may act all weak and frail, but that old man's one tough cookie. But I guess you've got to be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know? Agent Lang. What do you want? Let's just hurry up and examine the statue already. Well, but Shifu, what about causing an international incident? Quiet! I'll take the fall if I have to later.
Hold it!
Agent Lang. The hypothesis is mine. So if someone is to take responsibility, let it be me. Responsibility? We're going to talk in such heavy terms. Maybe I should let you. It'd be a real problem for my men if something were to happen to me. Alright then. Less talk and more investigating. If we want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken. Agent Lang. I'd like to run a luminol... Golly! Chemiluminescence test on the statue. A luminol test? Ah, good thinking. If the statue is the murder weapon, then some of the victim's blood should be on it. That word was long as fuck. Okay. Let's get the forensics team in here.
Would you look at that?
Looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. They didn't even need to really touch it to do that. I guess this means that this was the real weapon that killed Damask too. Indeed. But I wouldn't celebrate yet if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that he didn't kill Damask too. So the charge remains. We are hardly done examining this statue, Agent Lang. Knowing that it is the real weapon, I believe further examination is required. You think so? Okay, then, knock yourself out. Oh, do I actually get to look at it now? With his sword drawn and ready, there is a certain aura of valor around him. Lang Ji says, those who hold a sword hold an equally strong will. It's said that the weapon one holds reflects the strength and will of one's character. I wonder if this was created as a show of the country's majesty. Oh. And what does Francie's whip say about her character? It says that I'm ready to exact punishment on those who would break the law. Why are you glaring at me? I thought you understood that I'm not the killer. I believe in your case. She wishes to exact punishment before anything else happens. Damn. The shield. Because I knew that lit up too. There's a shield on his back. I wonder if that's supposed to mean that his back is covered. Lang Ji says, those with a shield on their back deflect all enemies behind them. It means that he's ready for any blindside attacks that may come his way. Agent Lang, there's no need to attach overly complex meanings to such a simple thing. Ha! You didn't seem to get Lang Ji's saying, so I was just explaining it to you. The saying itself is what I was referring to when I said overly complex, you know. Oh! What do we have here? This dirty smudge? It looks like a handprint? What's a definitive bit of evidence like you doing under here? Looks like we got some fingerprints to analyze. Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry. But it looks like it's too late for me to do anything about that now. I mean, if it's him, it's him. Hey, forensics guy. I want results on these fingerprints ASAP. You hear me? Why did I see some lady in a white wig that was in a bob outside my window? Like, standing right outside your window? Golly. Sometimes I get really mad that my phone has got a huge ass crack on it. Like, did you just drop it recently, or like what? No, it's like passing by. Oh, was it stiff, or was the bob moving? I'm scared it might be Sheena. Agent Lang, I have the analysis results, sir. Good. And? I think a car ran it over. Golly, think? Dude, I'll never forget. I remember, like, years ago, I was with my mom, and we ended up, like, going to pick up some mail. because it was sent to a very specific, like, post office. And I had to get it there. And she drove me over. And she had, like, her phone in her pocket. And it fell out of her pocket. But we didn't realize that. So we did all our stuff. We left. We went home. And she realized she didn't have her phone. And we're like, oh, shit, I think it fell out your pocket. So we went back. We went back. And her phone was under a delivery truck that pulled up afterwards. And we just had to sit there and wait until it left. Like, first we tried to see who it was, and we couldn't figure out whose it was. So we just had to wait until the guy got in his car and drove off, and we got her phone. And it was like, it still worked, but it was like almost in a C shape. It was like curved with the screen all fucking cracked up. It still worked. It's brand new too. I think about that shit all the time. Obviously, she got a new phone. Like, everything's good. But, like, oh my god. Sir, about the prince we lifted from the bottom of the statue. Well, you know the victim of the murder in the Balbalese embassy? It's his. The prince belonged to him. Mr. Manny Cochin, sir. But that's... What's going on around here? No. That's impossible. Do you think that they swapped statues and that's what happened? No, that's impossible. Each Prima Duck statue can only be handled by someone of that country. But by the very fact that Mr. Cochin's fingerprints are on this one, it leads me to only one conclusion. This statue is actually Babal's Prima Duck statue. Impossible! It can't be! My tablet is a bit bent too, so we're so twin. See, my phone would have stopped working if I dropped it on my face. Oh my gosh. Oops. I forgot to read that. Larry never once set foot into Balbanese soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of information only served to confuse us even further. The ringleader of a smuggling operation was killed in with an Alabastian knife in Babal. And Damask too was killed on Alabastian soil with Babal's national treasure. And the mystery of this great thief, Yadagarusu, who visited both countries. The pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were to form. Ooh. Alright, y'all. I'm ending the stream now. It's time. Look at that. Right as Adem's leaving too. Everybody's leaving on time. Bye, everybody. Bye. 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 Oh, wow. I just got here. It's okay. I might, maybe stream later. If not, there's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow, roughly around the same time. Bye.